Start slow, increase my pace, lie down, recharge, get my strength super city.
Today we have a special guest.
Hey,
One of he's an underrated rapper that many people don't know. Today we're bringing him to you guys to show you guys one of Cook's talent. He goes by the name Dandy the Poet.
hey, Daddy, the book.
Dandy the Poet.
What's up? Really?
Danny the Poet, from my understanding, that was not your first name.
Oh, yeah, that did.
In fact, you had a few names.
Yeah, it was
Tell us the names, tell us the changes, and tell us the reasons behind those.
Okay, so my first stage name was LVC. You still can remember?
Yeah, when was LVC again?
Listen very carefully. The name was Lexitoxic.
Lexitoxic. What was the inspiration behind Lexitoxic?
There was no inspiration at all.
It was just
Lexi, just
it just popped out of the air.
yeah. So there's Lexitoxic, and then it was Dandy Trash.
Dandy Trash.
Dandy Trash. And then it was Dandy. Just yes, just Dandy. And then it was anything to do with Dandy now. Yeah, cause I actually had a friend in high school. I learned the Dandy name from him.
Oh shit!
That's that. Yeah. So he passed away actually 29.
Oh, you should have trademarked that shit.
Yeah, he passed away. So on his those matric jackets, the grade 12s. Yeah. So his was written Dandy, and mine was written Dandy Junior. Because we were almost brothers, understand? So yeah, accepted me in the tribe. Got me the Dandy card. That's that.
If for just to pick up from that,
Yeah.
what you just said from Dandy, just one thing. If Dandy was alive now, and you were given 1 minute to say something that you want to take out from your heart, what would you say to him? Look in the camera and say,
Hey, my G, really missing my G. I wish you would see all these hands, because I know you was, hey, and hey, still making it out here, my G. I'll see you in the afterlife. Where will I be, my G?
perfect. R.I.P. by the way.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Now, tell us, what inspired you to become, do you classify yourself as an artist or a rapper? Let's start there.
I would say an artist.
You're an artist.
Yeah.
So what's your definition of an artist?
Okay, so my definition of an artist is being able to rap differently, being able to basically touch on everything, not becoming just the one kind of rapper. Like, you know how trappers are? They just trap, understand? So I can rap, I can't sing. I can rap, I can, I'm also like a poetish type of vibe, type of rapper. So I can basically hop on any beats and do anything and be able to send a message from my perspective.
Versatile in our so now, tell us what inspired you to become an artist. What was that one thing you looked at and decided, shit, I want to be an artist right now?
Yeah, growing up, I started listening to, local rappers, Supreme Swag, the 90s, jazz, both them. So it was really good how niggas from the hood were able to rap like that. And so
That's it.
And so I remember you and Jay put me on that proper rap. Put me on Saba, put me on Jay-Z, Kanye, Tyler the Creator. That's when I started moving into in proper rap as that. So I was like, you know what? Let's see if I can do this now. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah.
So now, with all that inspiration, actually no, let's take it back. Starting from your first ever single. Tell us about your first ever single. What went through your mind when you because writing down these it's not an easy thing.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not an easy thing. So tell us the process when you first wrote your song and how you went as you found your feet. How was that?
Okay, so the first song was ever written was actually a verse on Somerset Hard, an over song, right? Yeah, so that you actually wrote the first 2 lines of that song. You still remember?
The first things, but okay.
That's because the first song, it was actually song for like the whole school and stuff. So the principal loved it. Actually, everyone at the school loved it. And I started like being compared to you have that Kendrick type of flow, whatnot. So I was like, yeah, really, it's like, yeah, really good, much. You know, it's like, you know what? Nah, let me continue, let me not stop. Because after that, everything just came to me whenever I written, and I would write something that's really touching, and that's something that I can't explain in words like when I'm speaking, but then when I'm actually rapping, that is speaking. But when I'm actually rapping, it makes sense. Understand? It makes sense. So that's where all the inspiration came from.
Okay, so we would say that this type of art, this form of art, or art, any type of art, is the expression of your thoughts. Would you agree with that?
Definitely.
Right. So if art is the expression of your thoughts, that means your thoughts are who you are.
Yeah.
Right. Now, tell us, who are you?
Yeah, we is Danny the Poet.
Hey, man. Danny the Poet is a laid back nigga. Like, I'm just living out here. I'm just living out here, and I can't express some things whilst talking. I have to express them through music. And some people, when they listen to my music, they don't understand. Like, they don't listen properly to the lines. That's that.
They sympathize, they don't empathize.
Exactly. Yeah, they don't listen. So if people really want to know me, because I really can't explain like the type of person I am. If you want to know me, then you should listen to it. Yeah, because everything that I write, it's basically about myself, what I went through, who I am, and
What you're pushing.
what I'm pushing. Yeah, that's basically me.
What are the factors or the stuff or the tricks in the game that you learned as time went by? Like, let's say, as you went, you realized that, damn, I can't use this flow because my breathing is not as perfect as when I used to. Like the small things you noticed. Tell us about the stuff you noticed as you were stepping forward.
I mean, like, I realized that, like, when you want to drop a song, you can't just write any type of song. You understand? You have to plan what the song's about. And your next single that you drop, how do I explain this?
That's the quality.
It has to correlate. So basically, with my music, I want everything to be a story. When in singles or EP, it has to tell a story.
Yeah.
Also because I used to rap very fast, like very fast, like very, very fast. You couldn't hear some of the words. So I decided that I think I'm turning into like more of like a mumble rap, and that's not all what I'm pushing. I'm pushing like through rap, and I want people to like hear what I'm saying. Yeah, so I had to like lay down on it. And if I use like a fast flow, my cadence has had to be perfect. And that's what like I learned the most about recording. People have to hear what you say, understand. Yeah.
So now, let's take it to what people think of you. Obviously, there are people outside who said some stuff to you, or who've told you what they think of you or what they view you as. With all they've said, what is the biggest misconception people have about you?
The biggest misconception.
Like, I'll give you an example.
Yeah, because I'm thinking.
Do you want me to give you an example?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you an example. I'll use myself as an example.
Yeah.
People call me an asshole. Sometimes people call me an asshole. I consider that a misconception because the people who call me an asshole, they are the ones who come to me with that type of attitude. I just retaliate.
Yeah.
And it happens that I have I have a group of friends who are too nice. And so when I see any of my friends, like girls can be shitty sometimes.
Yeah, they can.
Girls can be shitty towards a guy.
Yeah.
So one my friends are too nice to a point where if a girl is shitty to them, they're not gonna do anything.
Yeah, but
So I'm the guy that steps up. Hence me being called an asshole because I don't. You see, that's an example that I can give you.
Oh, now that you mention it, do you know someone actually approached me and told me that I don't like my own songs?
oh,
That's like the biggest thing that ever stayed with me. Like, they're so shocking, bro.
I see you have a ghosted idea.
Exactly. I felt offended.
Set the record straight. Danny the poet, do you write your own songs?
I write my own songs. I record my own songs. I make my own beats.
Hey,
Something.
hey, that's all that. Hey, producer and writer, performer, and player. You're playing jam.
Now, do you want to ask a question, Beast?
I'll short it down, right? If you think go back a few years, like when you first started rapping, you know what I'm saying? When you realize, shit, I can actually do this after some stint. And if you would speak yourself for a minute back then, what do you say to yourself? What was encouragement? Would you say? What did you change from the time until now? Or what did you tell yourself? Listen, do this, do that. This is how you get it done.
Yeah, push more, because like even at this moment, like I used to have the time to write. Like I would just write, you know, instead, and I would have like over like 50 beats. There's that. But now I don't have that time I had to write. So whenever I have a chance, I just more write.
I would say you should have basically focused more on your writing, focus more on your writing.
Yeah.
Or actually late time will have more time.
Had to try right here.
Working. Cool. I do that.
Now, the question I have is similar to what Obis just asked, but it may be a bit tricky because you passed the stage, right? Now, my question is where you are right now as a person, as an individual, as a whole, not just a rapper, as a whole, right? If your little self were to look at you right now, do you think your little self will be proud of the position that you are in life right now?
But definitely. I'll say definitely, because like on a personal, well, as a whole, as me, like I've been through some shit, if I can say that. And I actually had to get through a lot of shit to be where I am. And music helped me a lot get through some things that, well, actually most of the things like was purely on music. So my smaller self will be very proud
Of basically how you handle all those trials, all those obstacles, basically, is what you're saying. So then we're proud of how you were able to overcome and actually get over the whole. I get you. I mean,
Find out about the man behind the art. That's the whole point of the show. Behind the art, because at the end of the day, people appreciate the art more than the work put in it, right? So instead of people appreciating the end goal, let us also take time to understand the trials and tribulations you took in order to create that type of art, because these type of stuff don't come easy, right? Now, going back to, I remember we spoke a few minutes before we started this, and you said something about an EP. How's that going? Tell us the process. Tell us how your steps towards EP.
Derek was our name, though.
raids. So it's not an EP. Oh, of course. So I'm planning on dropping an album this year. I remember I dropped an EP, but 2018. So that EP was basically about everything that happened in the past. And what I had to do, what I'm doing to get through that too. Now, focusing on this album will be the life I'm currently living and the positive side of life.
Okay.
So the EP was an introduction because when you listen to the EP, it's very deep. It's a deep EP. So the album will be a very positive album that will have the beats will be different.
Yeah.
that everything will be different, and the rapping is just I don't know.
So basically, well, in 2018, you did like the intro. Where I'm saying, so
Yes.
you talk about where you were, what you went through, and so now with this specific album, it basically covering okay, this is where I'm at now. This is how far I've come. This is actually what's so much so has changed since then. I get you.
I mean, at times not at times, like all the time, I think like some other rappers can't even get to the level where I could. It's not shade. Wow. It's not
Someone is a big head already.
I can talk about okay. Oh, it's not shade. I mean, you know, when you're an upcoming rapper, it's hard to get the platform. You have to know the right people. Here, if there's and when you're moving solo like I am, it's
You're learning harder.
it is harder. Like even when you have the talent and everything, and you're working towards like doing better things, it's very hard. But with my rapping, I certainly proved a lot of people wrong, and I'm planning on doing the same. But then I'm not focusing on that actually dropping the album to prove people wrong. I'm just doing me. You're supposed to, like some rappers gonna come close. Trap, hey, that's it. Okay, so now watch out. And then big headed will get you in trouble. But anyways,
We still haven't had a name for that album, bro. We still haven't had the name. Still working on it.
I'm still working on it.
How many tracks are you expecting? Can you just give us that? How many tracks should you expect? I'll say
Expect 12.
12.
You want to tell us like a limited idea of your product?
Meaning?
In a sense of, do you want to tell us the process you went through in creating the few tracks that you have in your list now? Or what this album is about? Or what we should be expecting?
So I actually wanted to start writing the album last year, but then, last year was a bit hectic. So January, I remember I had a couple of tracks that I already recorded. I was like, no, but this is not the vibe. Let me take these tracks off. So I wrote a couple of songs. I recorded a couple of songs, and then I was like, okay, now this is the one. These are the ones that I want. So between last year and this year, there's a different mindset. One where I actually want to be as music, and the album is like promoting that. Yeah.
So we're still working on a name.
I'm still looking at my name.
Because there's all the hype, there's all the shit to be out there. I want them to be there for that shit. So let you know shit drop. They know. You heard it here first. The exclusive.
Yeah, and also like to touch on the swagger part, I remember when I dropped the Mativa, and there's this girl I used to attend high school with. So she texted me one day. She's like, "Yo, Rapio, like you rap so good, and your song is only like 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Like it's good rapping, but then give us more." So that's where it came from. That okay, like there's actually people that care, and like yeah.
It's those words of encouragement that get you going.
Feedback is important. Don't you want y'all see what how much dissing a rapper actually does to them, and like I would diss a rappers like if they trash, they trash. You go trash, but like try to be encouraging to the niggas. I didn't work hard. I didn't put in the work. So yeah, man, it's good to hear those words of encouragement every now and then, especially if I'm listening. Is what I'm saying. Which they actually take y'all words for it. They do this for y'all the fan. So y'all machines.
Now, these are the last 2 questions I have. Where do you see yourself in 5 years as an artist specifically? And I'm not just saying rap music only. The reason why I'm asking you this is because we want to know, are you planning on ever venturing into something different in a different type of field? Like just to check out if you're more than just a versatile music writer, are you also versatile with your hands as well? So do you ever think in 5 years, where do you see yourself in 5 years basically?
Okay, so with rapping, I don't want to be mainstream. Let's get that straight. I want to be underground. I want to be Rick Jenkins type of stuff. Because not a lot of people know Rick Jenkins, and he's still hard. I'm not going to rate him because it's going to be a whole debate. I want to be like seen a lot outside, doing a lot of events. But definitely in 5 years, I'll see myself like being well known for like doing this shit and like being, the rapper, Danny the Poet. I mean, there's power behind the name because Danny is a person who is like overly, let me say, overly concerned about how he looks in dresses. So basically someone who's on a bird. And poet, I mean, you're also a poet and you dress good. That's a good combination. I understand. So I want, when people say Danny the poet, don't say Dandy the poet. It's Dandy the poet.
Hey guys, I need everyone to understand that if someone ever says something like he said, let's not ever say it's not realistic. Don't ever bash anyone's idea or anyone's dream. If you do that, you're not a good friend. There's no such thing as a small dream. A dream should be unrealistic.
Speak on it.
Okay, so now this is my last question. Remember, this is television TV.
Yeah.
So at this point, you're telling a vision. Now, that's the basis of my question. You telling a vision. Who do you see yourself working with? Oh, the future. Name drop a few rappers that you see yourself making a joint with. It may be an album, an EP, whatever the case may be. But name drop a few names that, I want to work with this guy because so and so and so. Just to remind you, the question was, because remember this is television.
Yeah.
The question was, who would you like to work with?
And they say,
Let's start local.
Let's start local. Let's start local. Who do you see yourself working with in the future? Who do you think would be a good collab? Whose beat would you like to jump on? Who would you like on a versatile? Who would you give your 16 balls to?
I'll give it to Zushi, bro. Zushi come down lower than you start days.
Okay. Let's bring it a bit more locally. When I say locally, I don't mean like Zuchi. You can do that. Remember, that's also that's fine as well. But I'm talking like an immediate feature. Right now, if you were to walk out right now, which rapper would you like to see? I tell you, let's work now.
I would say half hour with Eccentric.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember he had like he produced an EP for Apex Don't Play. He was in the same group as in Supreme Side. Yeah. I mean, like, that niggas don't.
Shout out to Eccentric. Shout out to Eccentric. I know if he was here, he would have been doing it. Shout outs.
Apex Don't Play. Always hard, technically hard. Jazz.
Oh, is Jazz still around?
I don't know, but I'll
Okay.
think so. Jazz. Apart from the poets.
Okay.
Afro.
Okay.
Definitely Afro.
The reason why we want you to drop these names, at the end of the day, you guys, everyone, I'm saying you guys because I'm talking rappers.
So communities.
At the end of the day, we are pushing each other. That's the end. I mean, that's the whole point of this show as well. Is to showcase basically a platform to put people on.
Yeah.
And not just to put people on in a sense of to show them to people, but also in a sense of for people to understand who this person is. Remember, we also work with energies.
Yeah.
Right? We work with energies, frequencies, everything along those lines. So it's quite important for someone to know who this person is before you work with that person.
Definitely.
Right. So that's also the point of the show. Now, the people that you name, right? Obviously some will want to work with you, some won't. They'll have their own reasons.
Yeah.
One thing I have to say to you is if a person ever says no, if they say no, they don't want to work with you, don't take it hard.
Yeah.
Take it hard. It's their loss. It's their loss. Oh, it was just never meant to be.
Yeah, but right.
One thing you should understand, that fate is fate. If they were not in the script, they were not in the script. Don't ever take it to heart, right? It was really nice chat. I got to know you.
Yeah, likewise, man.
Got to know your ideas, your thoughts, and it's very important that we know that, to know the man behind the art.
Why down the art jobs?
The man behind the art.
Behind the art.
Behind the art. So with that being said, I'll give you a job. I would like you to look straight into the camera and close this show off for us.
Hey.
Remember, this is behind the art.
Yeah.
Television.
Television. Close this off for us, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for having me. To the people that hasn't listened to me yet, watch this after this. Listen to me. I'm on Spotify.
Jump on it,
Daddy the Poet. You'll find me. I mean, guys, it's only the beginning.
Yeah.
And if you listen to my songs, definitely you'll want to change your life for the better.
Yeah.
Because that's what I did after I listened to myself. I was,
Where can they reach you? Where can they reach you?
you can find me on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's Don _Chow.
Yeah, it's a child.
You can catch me on Twitter. I have an artist page and a personal one. Artist one is Danny the Poet. Personal one is Pure Phillips. Yeah, you can catch me on Facebook. No,
But yeah, that's kind of we won't up the page of both colors. It's inshallah and cloud of Facebook. All the music, Spotify, YouTube.
Spotify, it's Danny the Poet. YouTube, Danny the Poet. YouTube Music as well. Amazon Music. Yes. Bombplay, yes. So what you guys should do, go to Google, right? On Google search bar, search Danny the Poet, Uma Diba, or one of my songs. You'll find it on the right-hand side. Yeah, you can find it there.
Alright guys, this was Television TV with your boy, the host, Young Beast. Then you got Otto going on. The Poet. Check out guys, send you, subscribe, like, comment. We out here. Peace.
Lightning strikes where it doesn't belong. Prejudice candidate that see life is gifted flaw. Man is fully prepared about the newly age law. People come forth to shed some light. The one who are embodied by the other whites. The same place that wave like earthquakes. The roots their regrettable place by disaster's fate. Same music trade carefully in our own place. Delicate, expensive and delightful taste. When was the last time I heard those words? About time you tread carefully and watch what they say. Message brought to earth by the one above, or whatever they say. Placing all my written scripture, booking the freeways praise. Writing by my vision and related feelings. Pray the intellect infected by my feelings. Not preaching but giving you a feeling about weird feelings. Yeah. The world segregate me peace with it. Rather naive, a different beat. That's classic me. Work hard, I can see the fucking smallest pit. Vision so minuscule and it's so fucking deep.
Start slow, increase my pace, lie down, recharge, get my strength, super city.